everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Have you ever heard of plastic paper? If you haven't, stay tuned. So y'all know that I am always looking for those beautiful, posh ways in which we can papercraft and save money at the same time. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to stop by. Welcome to all of my new subscribers and to all of my new friends. Welcome back to all of my longtime subscribers and longtime friends. Thank you all so much for the wonderful ways in which you support me and my channel. Everything that you do helps to keep my channel running, and I truly appreciate it. Now, for those of you who enjoy saving money and creating beautiful projects in the process, this is the channel for you, because today we are going to be working with plastic paper. And if you've never heard of plastic paper, then I think after today you'll be seeing plastic paper all around you. Y'all, I made this notebook using plastic paper. I can drop water on the outside of this notebook and it's not going to penetrate the plastic paper. So I'm going to give you a closer look in just a minute. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. So here is my plastic paper notebook. When finished, it measures 5 1/4 by 8 1/4, and I have a 1/2 inch spine. Absolutely beautiful little notebook. And like I said, it's very durable because if I drop some water on the outside, y'all, it's not going to penetrate. Then I just decided to go ahead and dress up the inside, because once I had made the plastic paper, I said, okay, I need to go ahead and use it on something. I love notebooks. I love having pretty notebooks around me. I love being able to pull out a beautiful notebook when I need to make a list. So I decided to use my plastic paper to make my notebook. And y'all, plastic paper starts with one of those cheapo, and I mean cheapo, plastic tablecloths that you can find anywhere for any season, any reason. This one was $1.25 at the Dollar Tree, and it is 54 by 108 inches long. And that means that I have a lot of plastic workable surface with this particular tablecloth. Now, a large portion of the tablecloth is white. Does that matter? It does not, because we can use this white on our projects as well. But today I'm going to focus on using the border, and I'm going to show you how we can create plastic paper. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that I have a piece that is greater than 12 inches wide, because I want that working space. So I am going to take this, and I know that this is 12 inches here. So I'm just going to move it over a little bit from my hand like that, because I really don't want to waste a whole bunch of my paper, but I want to make sure that I have some overhang. So I am just going to take my finger blade and I'm going to cut through all of these layers, because it doesn't matter that I'm cutting through 3 or 4 layers right now, because all of this is going to become plastic paper for me. So there is this piece. So now I'm just going to go ahead and cut off this little piece right here. You guys see how my fingers are with that finger blade? That's what we're talking about. And so now I can take this and put it away for when I'm ready to use it again. I don't want to ball it because I don't want it to get wrinkled. So I'm just going to take this and very neatly put it away, because I am going to use this. I absolutely love the print on here. I think it is so pretty. So now I have my piece, and I am just going to smooth this out like this, because I want it to be nice and smooth. Because what I'm going to do is I am going to take a piece of my white cardstock, and I get this from Walmart. I think this pack is $5 and you get 40 sheets in the pack. So that is some very economical paper. And I'm going to take this and place it down on this piece. Now I can run this through my Xyron Creatopia if I want to put some adhesive on the back. But if you don't have a Creatopia, I would recommend spraying this with some spray adhesive such as the Elmer's that I like to use. And today, we're actually going to go outside and I'm going to show you how I spray this and then how I place it down. All right, y'all, so it's pretty windy out here today, and ordinarily I would not do this in this extreme wind, but for demonstration sakes, I am just shaking my Elmer spray glue, and I'm just going to go over this, and you can see how I'm doing it. I am getting it nicely saturated, and I'm just going to lift it up and take it indoors. All right, so now that I have my spray on, I am just going to take this and place it where I want it. Smooth it out, because you want to try to get it placed within 15 or 30 seconds of actually spraying it. And I'm just going to smooth it out with my hands. Now I'm going to go back outside and get my iPad. All right, because it was so windy outside, I hope that I was able to get some good footage, but I am just going to go along with my paper towel and use my paper towel to smooth this. I don't want to use my big old spatula because I don't want to run the risk of ripping this. So now I can take my finger blade and we're going to go along the edge and remove the excess. So that, my friends, is how you make plastic paper. Isn't this a beautiful sheet of 12 by 12 plastic paper? So if you have a Creatopia or a Xyron and you want to run your white paper through the Xyron and then lay it down on the tablecloth, you can do it that way. Or you can do it as I did in the demo and take it outside and spray it. But please make sure that you spray this outside, preferably on a non-windy day because it makes it so much easier. I was spraying out back of my studio, so I put down a plastic bag to protect the concrete blocking that they have up. I didn't want to damage that because it's not mine. But when I'm spraying in my backyard, I actually have a block of wood that Mike has out back for me. I just place whatever I want to spray on that block and I spray it. Doesn't matter if I get some spray on the wood or not because it's mine. But if you are in a sensitive area, just make sure that you place something down to protect the surface. And make sure that you do this outdoors because you don't want to inhale this spray. And then one final thing, when you're done with your spray, hold it upside down and press the nozzle until it basically runs empty. And that way you minimize the risk of having the spray head get clogged. That's happened to me several times, but now that I hold it upside down the way that they recommend on the can, I don't have that problem. So just to make sure that you understand the power of this plastic paper, I'm going to do a little test for you and just demonstrate it to you. So I'm going to take a little bit of water, something that we wouldn't do in paper crafting, and I'm going to drop that water right there. And then I'll drop some water on my plastic paper. We're going to let that sit for just a minute because I need to demonstrate something. All right, y'all, it's been about a minute and I'm just going to soak this water up on both pieces. Because I want to show you something. You can probably already see the difference, but I'm going to flip this over. So I place my water here on the plain paper and I place my water here on the plastic paper. You can see on the plastic paper how the water did not penetrate. It penetrated through on the plain paper, but it did not penetrate through on my plastic paper. So this plastic paper, when you have that outside coating, it does help to make the outside of whatever it is you're making resistant to water penetrating through. Now, whatever you decide to place inside of your plastic paper, let's say you're making a bag, which is what I think I'm going to do with this sheet. If you make a bag and you place something on the inside that it has some moisture to it, then of course that moisture will affect this side of the paper because we haven't treated it. Now you can do the same thing to this. You can take it outdoors and you can cover the other side with the plastic paper, and you will basically have rendered it pretty much water resistant front and back. But we're going to take this and we're going to make a bag. So I'm just going to make a very quick and sweet little bag that you can use for any occasion. It's not going to be a very large bag. So let's score at 1.5, at 5.5, at 7, and at 11. I don't think I want my bag to be as tall as it's going to be. So I am going to make my bag 9.5 inches. So what I did, y'all, was I didn't want my bag to be as tall as it was going to be. So my piece, I cut it down to 12 by 9.5. And on the 9.5 inch side, I am going to score at 1.5. And let's just go ahead and fold and burnish this. Now, y'all, I think that this is a great way if you're making bags or boxes and you want a cohesive look inexpensively. This is a great way to get that look. So if you have a store that sells those cheapo plastic tablecloths, go ahead and buy some, because you can then turn them into bags that are all the same, and you don't have to go out and buy a whole bunch of single sheets of paper because your bags are going to be all the same. So you're going to have your plastic paper like this on the 12-inch side. You're going to have one end that is 1 inch and one end that is 1.5 inches. On the 1 inch end, we're going to go ahead and remove that corner piece. And then along the bottom, everywhere that we have a score, we're simply going to do a slight angle cut. And y'all, there are some beautiful cheapo tablecloths out there that would be great for our paper crafting. So now we have our piece like this. And so what we're going to do now is we're just going to trim down the end on which we remove the bottom piece. Now you don't have to trim yours if you don't want, but I am going to pinch in, so I didn't want that extra bulk in the way of me pinching in. So this time I'm going to put my bag together using tape. Ordinarily you'll see me use glue, but we're working with a plastic here, and sometimes the glue doesn't take too well to the plastic, or it takes a long time for it to dry. It will work, but it'll take a little bit longer than I want for it to dry. So I'm now going to take just a little bit of my tape, place some tape right here on the end of that piece that is 1/2 inch wide. Then I'm going to take some tape and just place a little bit on these two pieces. My two smaller tabs, I'll place some tape. And then on the piece that's closest to the adhesive flap, I'll place some tape on this side. And then on this piece, I'll place my tape on the underside. So now I'll peel away my tape backer from this end as well as from this side. And now I'll just take these two pieces and I'm going to put them together. I don't have any wiggle room, so I'm trying to be as careful as I can. And I start putting them together from the top, because I want to make sure that I have it nice and even at the top. And y'all make sure that when you are spraying this adhesive that you get a very good coating on your paper, and then that you place it down within 15 to 30 seconds on this plastic. Otherwise, your paper might not stick, because this adhesive also gives you a temporary hold. So the longer you wait to place it down, the less likely it is that your paper is going to stick. So make sure that when you spray it, you get it to the source on which you want to apply it as quickly as you can. So I am just going to peel away the tape backers from these two pieces here. Then we need to take the piece on which we stuck the tape on the outside, peel away that tape backer, and now we can fold over and get a stick on our box or our bag like that. Then I'll peel away this tape backer. And we're just going to stand that up, and we can stick it like that. Isn't that a pretty bag? Now, I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely love the idea of using a plastic, cheapo tablecloth to create something as beautiful as this. So now I'm just going to take it and pinch in, and you can pinch it as far as you want. But y'all, isn't that special? I think that I'm going to add a handle to this. So I'm not going to let that paper that I used to demonstrate the water penetration go to waste. So I am going to take a piece that is 1.5 by 12, and then on the 1.5 inch side, I'm going to score at 3/4 of an inch. And then I'll fold it like this. Take my glue, add some glue. Now we're basically making something from nothing. You would use that tablecloth at an event and then you'd throw it away. We're not doing that. And you'll notice that I only made one handle, and that is on purpose, because I'm going to take this handle and I'm going to put it on in a way that I believe one of you, and I think it was Carolyn Clinton, several years ago, and she took one piece and stuck it on the front like that, and another piece and stuck it on the back. And I think that that is just the cutest. And y'all, I've loved it since I first saw it, because it's almost like having a basket handle on a bag. But it's just so stinking cute and such a good idea. And thanks to Carolyn Clinton, we have another beautiful way on which to attach a handle to our bag, if you want a handle. So y'all, there we have it. We used a cheapo, and I mean cheapo, Dollar Tree tablecloth that cost me $1.25, and I was able to take that and cut out a piece, and then I used this white paper that was 40 sheets for $5, and I covered it, and we were able to make this bag. Y'all, this is some of the most economical paper crafting that you're going to find on YouTube. You can look, you can search high and low, but if you're looking for high quality, high-end, boutique looking, inexpensive paper crafting, this channel delivers. And then I'll bring in my little notebook that I made using another tablecloth from the Dollar Tree, plastic. So if you have enjoyed the process for making your own plastic paper, and I certainly hope that you have, please hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. If you want to support the channel so that I can continue bringing these wonderful crafts to you guys, I would love to have you join my Patreon. The link is in the description box below. As always, please be safe, be kind, be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.